Ridley Scott is back directing 2 feature films this year with 1 month in between. So let's find out if my 9th most anticipated film of the year is worth checking out. So let's get to it. Welcome back, film fans. This is Let's Be Real Brad. Today on the channel, I want to talk about the brand new historical drama called The Last Duel. The Last Duel is based on the book of the same name by Eric Yager. The film stars Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Jodie Comer, and Ben Affleck. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is my 9th most anticipated film of the entire year, and this is because of legendary director Ridley Scott, who has made some fantastic films over the years like Alien, Blade Runner, Gladiator, Thelma and Louise, and a whole bunch more. The second reason is because of the cast, because we have a bunch of star power in this film, and I could not wait to see all these people give amazing performances. So now that I've seen the film, I have to say that Ridley Scott still got it, because The Last Duel is a great movie that I was so happy to watch. Let's dive right into my positives first, and let's start with the performances. Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Jodie Comer, and Ben Affleck are all truly exceptional in this movie, as they all gave it their all for these roles. I thought that they were able to command the screen and being so damn good. Matt Damon is always great in every movie he's in for the most part, as well as Adam Driver, who is easily one of my favorite actors working today, as he just dominates every single role. Newcomer Jodie Comer has had a fantastic year so far, with starring in one of the biggest blockbusters of the year, Free Guy, and The Last Duel, who she absolutely dominates in this movie, and she gives my favorite performance. Ben Affleck gets a smaller supporting role in this movie, and I also thought he was great. My next positive with this movie is the dialogue. I enjoyed all the dialogue in this movie, as I felt as though it was very natural, organic, and realistic, feeling like I was into what these characters were saying, and it didn't feel like it was in a barrier between the old 1300s English language all the way to the present time. I just felt like these characters were so naturally realistic based on the conversations that they were having each other that were so damn interesting, and when most of this movie is just dialogue driven, the dialogue has got to be good in this movie, and I thought it was. My next positive is the story structure, but what I really enjoyed is that we're able to get 3 different perspectives from 3 different minds, and we see things very differently from those points of view, but it's also adding to the characters' development and what they see in their everyday lives, which also adds to the message that this movie is trying to have, which I thought was all excellent and well done, and probably the best way this movie could have been presented. My next positive with this movie is the technical aspects. All the technical aspects in this movie are quite strong. I thought the production design was excellent in this movie, as I found all the buildings all looking like it was set in the 1300s with a bunch of different castles, but I also enjoyed the costume design as well, as it really feels like I'm in this medieval time, as it looks like they've spent a lot of money trying to make the costumes look very good. It could easily get a nomination at the Academy Award. I also found the editing and the cinematography to be quite great as well, as it added to the feel of the film, especially with the editing. I found the sound design and visual effects to be quite good in this movie, as I think it'll be a very underappreciated aspect when people talk about this film, because there is quite a bit of action scenes that are woven into this movie, and when you're seeing people just get sliced in half by this huge ass sword, it does look extremely real, with blood coming out of somebody's neck. This all comes together in the final fight of this movie that was so damn great, and easily one of the best fights of the entire year, as I was emotionally wrapped into the fight. But the visual effects of this fight look so damn real, I was trying to figure out how they were able to do it. But being able to have so many fantastic action sequences in this movie comes with the directing. Director Ridley Scott was able to craft so many great shots in this movie, especially with the action sequences that reminded me heavily of Gladiator, which is a fantastic action film. But besides the action sequences, he's able to make some amazing dialogue heavy scenes pop so well, especially in the court scenes that I thought were pitch perfect textbook shots that I absolutely adore. Now, let's get into some of my negatives I have with this movie, and I do have a few, starting with the first act. The first act of this movie goes by very slowly, and I didn't feel myself emotionally wrapped into the film at all, as it feels like it's going for that muscle memory, beat for beat style of a medieval kind of film. And my last negative with this movie, which is something that I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of criticism with, and probably more than I would probably give it for this movie, which is the repetitive story. Like I have said earlier in this review, I understand the repetitive story, and I thought it was a great presentation of the film. I did find that some of these repetitive scenes didn't change all that much. It didn't really add anything to the film. A great example of this is when there is a violent assault that happens in the second act of the film that definitely needs to be there, even though it is very brutal and it just had my jaw drop. But then we see it in the third act of the film, and I understand why we are getting it because it is a different perspective, but I found it to be very unnecessary, and it just added to the fact that I don't want to see that happen again. So overall, guys, The Last Duel was able to match my expectations, being a great film and being one of my favorites of the year so far. Director Ridley Scott was able to handle this film in the best way possible, with so many great shots in this movie, especially in the action sequences. The performances are fantastic, as well as the amazing technical aspects to go along with it, even though this movie can have a lot of issues when it comes to the story and how it's presented in a repetitive way. I'm going to be giving The Last Duel an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I want to know down below in the comment section, what is your top 5 favorite Ridley Scott movies of all time? Before you check out the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you want to, and ring that notification bell so I can see you all in the following review.